Welcome to CFTV's The Week That Was, or as I like to call it, Twas Quattro. I'm your host, Sly Stevens. All right, here's a recap from Week 4 action. Taking top honors this week, the Great Scots thumped the winless Shroud squad 104-68. Steve Smith racked up 25 points for the Scots, while Brett Favre, who turns 40 this week, amassed 22 points, leading his new Vikings team to a dramatic win over his former Packers team. That just doesn't sound right to me. Favre has now beaten all 32 teams in the NFL. On the other side of the Vikings-Packers game, Aaron Rodgers, who scored 25 points to lead the Puckheads to their first win by beating the Incredibles in an incredible game, 72-71.1. This was a dramatic come-from-behind victory. The recent trade for Carson Palmer and his 18.5 points didn't seem to help the Incredibles. The Goat Ropers remain winless, no surprise there, falling to the Jailbirds 74-68. Though Peyton Manning led the scoring in this game with 22 points, Pierre Thomas continues to show why the Birds kept him as he scored 19.2 points. The Iowa Rooks were blitzed this week, as in Bonner Blitz, 95-71. Wildcat Ronnie Brown paved the way with 23 points, while Phillip Rivers scored 21.8 points for the Rooks. The trade for Santana Moss looks good because the rest of the Rooks wide receivers stink. Braylon Edwards scored 0. Like the NFL, Crunch is seeing a changing of the guards. The Dolts continue their winning ways, beating up on the Intruders 92-50. Ouch. Insurance salesman Steve Slayton and his 20 points were more than enough against the Intruders, whose high score was Matt Schaub and his measly 13 points. Now on to the game of the week, rookie franchise Jackhammers versus the Army. This game came down to the Monday night game, Packers and Vikings. Though it was Tom Brady's 23 points that led the Army to an 84-82 victory. Jay Cutler continues to be the star of the Jackhammers as he scored 19.8 points. Now that we've ended the first quarter of the season, I want to bring in my main man, Jimmy Stahl.
How's you doing, Sly?
Oh, thanks, Jimmy. I'm doing good, real good. Who do you think the best team is right now?
Oh, no question. Right now, it's the Dolts. Not only are they a game ahead of the Blitz in the North Division, they have a 51-point lead over the Army for total points, taking weekly top honors twice.
Yeah, that Disco Don really knows how to bring it, doesn't he? We've got a lot of 3-1 teams, the Army, the Great Scots, Bonner Blitz, and the Jackhammers. Which one of these teams stands out to you?
Oh, that's easy. It's got to be the Great Scots. After losing the first week, they've won 3 straight in the Eastern Division. They're hotter than my Aunt Bonita's Italian sausage with the capicola, you know? Yeah, they should wrap up the division early.
All right. Well, moving on. We've got 3 teams at 2-2. What can you tell me about these teams?
Well, I think the Jailbirds are the pretenders. You know, their last one was against the Goat Ropers. What's that? Yeah, the Rooks, they need wide receiver help badly. And the Intruders, well, you know, I think we're seeing a change into the guard.
All right, now for the bottom feeders. We've got the Puckheads and the Incredibles at 1-3. With the edge going to the Puckheads since they just beat the Incredibles. Then we have 2 winless teams, the Goat Ropers and the Shroud Squad. Who's the worst here?
Well, the Shroud Squad has lost some tough matchups. You know, I like their capo. He's like an executive out there. One week, they were the second highest scoring team in the league. And they still lost. They'll turn it around pretty quickly, I think. I think the real stinker of the bunch is the Goat Ropers. I think they spend too much time worrying about the Cubbies. Although, look for them next year. You got a running back, you draft your first pick and he's a running back and he sits out the first 3 weeks. You know, what are you thinking? Yeah, those Cub fans always say, wait till next year.
Well, thanks for your brilliant insight there, Jimmy Sell. It's a pleasure to be by your side.
Pleasure to be with you.
All right. Well, until next week, this is Sly Steven, and with my buddy here, Jimmy Sal, we'll catch you next time on CFTV.